Okay, Sharma, you take care of an
Carry
ID.
What is man? He says a layman. This is a layman.
This is a
And
layman.
you understand that? You understand that? A layman.
Mr. Sharma, the
Yeah.
ordinary people in this
Yeah,
country
yes.
have got no more brains than
Yeah.
those guys who
Yeah,
you
yes.
think got this degree and that degree. I have found that out in my own experience.
Yes, yes.
They have ideas, but they are not allowed to express themselves
right.
or to use their skills because the opportunities are not given to them. I agree with the president that people must have entrepreneurship, but the president must also understand
Yes.
that people need a bit of money to start a business.
Okay.
And in our manifesto, the government's manifesto, which you contributed to,
Yeah.
it says at the top of it on agriculture and industry that we must re-establish the agricultural industrial
What's it
bank.
right? What's it right?
Yes, it's there,
Yes.
agriculture and industrial
Yes,
bank.
yes.
And the fact that because we're not doing that, this man, the Minister of Business, he set up a fund with $100 million. Well, what is $100 million? If you give Mr. Sankey's 20 million, give you 5 million, give me 10 million, money done.
Done.
Right? How much money? If you're serious about entrepreneurship and setting up small businesses, there are certain criteria that you have to fulfill.
Okay.
First of all, did you remember those days when you have the Thrift and Credit Society?
Yes.
Where you could go and borrow
That's right, yeah.
10,000 or 15,000. That meant a lot during those days. You don't have that situation. When you go to the banks, the amount of paperwork
Paperwork
that
got to
you
do
got to get to even join the bank and then borrow some
Yeah,
money
yeah.
is a huge problem.
Yeah,
You go
right.
to iPad, they charge you 15% interest.
That's right.
And then you have to show them all kinds of, I know this, Mr. Trump, because people come to me all the time.
And
for
red tape you got
Right,
go through.
that, yes, okay.
Red
okay.
tape you got
You
go through.
you do not need
Yeah,
that.
yes.
And you do not need oil money to come to do the kind of economic development that I am talking about.
Yeah.
What Dr. Thomas did was tragic to close down the sugar industry. Him and Mr. Nagamoto, I blame the two of them particularly.
Why is it?
Because the Prime Minister went around the country saying that sugar is too big to fail. Didn't you hear him say that, Mr. Sankey?
Yes.
Sugar is too big to fail. He has failed the sugar industry. That is why the AFC have fallen flat on his face.
Yes.
And they're not going to get a single vote at the local
Why
government
you say that?
election. I am telling you, because even in areas that where I live, not a single person has come forward. They can't get 20 people to sign up to become a councillor.
Okay.
20 people, Mr. Sharma.
Call it. Hello?
That is the answer.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I can't.
I am telling you,
Yes,
if
yes,
we
yes.
stood, like Paul made a mistake
Yeah.
of telling people that the Just for All party shouldn't stand at the local. That's a tragic mistake.
Okay.
Because a lot of our viewers outside there would have stood at the local
Government.
yes, they should look as
Yeah.
independents, and we
Yeah.
would support them. Look, the president made a very important point. He said that the communities, that people must stand independently of political parties. The reason why the president said that was because he wanted participation. He said, look, community and non-governmental and civil society organizations play a critical role in bridging governance gap.
Okay.
These organizations have a decisive role to play in animating development within the communities. The president said that.
Call it. Hello? Hello? Yes?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Chairman, I'd like to give a complaint at the bridge there. Police just be at the bridge, just stopping traffic there.
Which bridge?
Peak hours, Guy Bridge, peak hours, just check the documents and back up the traffic at the east bank too and stop it at the west side of the
What
bridge.
cause it blocking?
Back up the traffic.
What
at the
cause it
east
blocking
side.
up the traffic?
Back up the traffic.
What cause it?
They could check for documents a mile away from the bridge. If
Okay.
they're holding up the traffic at the eastbound traffic could be holding up when you're there at the west side, when the police at the
Check
west
it
side,
for
back up the
document, for
truck
what
for just
reason?
documents.
Documents for
Back
what
up the
reason?
whole bridge traffic, the whole bridge full of vehicles in it,
Actually, what
and
kind
checking
of
one
document
by
are checking
one
for? What kind of
document.
document are checking for?
Normal.
No, but that is what the lawyer objected to.
And the traffic back up till the east bank.
No, he didn't object to that.
Traffic back up to the east bank.
He said there's
The
no
police
reason
could go
for
1
them
mile
to
away and check
search.
if somebody stop them to do their work. They could go 1 mile
To
away
stop you.
from the bridge and check for them documents. Is that a rocket science? Everybody, people must know who they got record, who buys the license and fitness.
Okay.
Before they're sleeping out about it, check the record.
Okay.
No, yeah, Freddie Kisuna raised that point. When you just stop a person, it must be a valid reason, you know?
No, Mr.
Because if you
Sanchez-
keep stopping all the passengers, you're holding up
Mr.
traffic too.
Sanchez, what this gentleman is saying
Yeah.
is different from what you were saying.
What?
This gentleman is saying that at the bridge, the Demerara Bridge,
Yes.
you can't stop people next to the
Next
bridge.
to the bridge, that's right. Next
It
to the
creates
bridge.
congestion. That's
Yeah,
just the point he's
congestion.
trying
Yeah.
to make, and he's right about that. These people who manage the traffic are stupid.
Yes.
Absolutely stupid. You
They
got
create
these things-
congestion.
They create
But
a whole
but
set of chaos.
besides that-
Look, the police needs to understand, Mr. Sharma, and I hope that this new commissioner of police, Mr. James, take these things into we'll have to bring him to the
Yes,
station.
we got to bring
here.
him, yes, we got to bring
We
him.
must bring these people to
Yeah.
the station and let them, the callers call in and
Yeah.
question them. Because they're hiding their little office.
I invited him on to come, the police.
But while we
Who's
say,
the first?
The new,
Leslie
the new,
James.
Leslie James, yeah, we invite Leslie James.
He's a nice fellow.
Yeah.
Leslie, I know him very well. He's a
Okay.
nice fellow.
but while
I'll ask him to come.
while we're saying that it creates congestion, which is very inefficient. At the same time, I'm saying that they have no right to just stop people without a valid
The
reason.
problem is more than that, Mr. Sankis. The problem is more than that. It's a historical problem of the PPP not having an understanding or a vision. They should have, when you come off the Demerara Bridge, you should have an overpass.
Yes.
Because traffic
Yeah.
coming on both sides on the east coast,
Yes.
going to Georgetown and going to Timeri and
Yes.
so on. If you had an overpass, then traffic coming from the bridge will
Okay.
go over and they don't have any interference down there.
Calling
But
here.
these people, Jack Dale and them didn't have no vision.
Calling
Mr.
in
Sharma.
here.
That's just the problem. we have.
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
I beg to differ on the topic of poverty. Because of poverty, our little children have to suffer abuse. I beg to differ. Regardless
Okay.
of man get job or get job not, they are destroying the future generation. I believe, and when you find the mother guilty of condonance, she should be charged and then put in prison. 3 years hard labor for clean the city. And also the person who commit the act, the male, we should know better. God has given the male the responsibility of the woman and our children. And if you find when he is found guilty, we need to get a museum
How you going to jail a
and
woman,
the parts.
man? The Andre is jail a woman. Andre is in this level.
And then we are minding
full of
the
people
jail.
with
Yeah.
petty crime, with people with petty crime,
Yes.
and we have, and Ahmed is saying that they ain't got money to do this and money to do that.
Mr.
They need to
Thomas.
work. Himself, they got to build the road free with the Chinese. Let them work. You get the point, sir?
Okay.
Mr.
And
Thomas.
we need also the men, when you see the comedies act, how could a man at 40 years push his penis in a 18-month baby and a 3-year-old baby? That man need to take half piece of his member, put it in a museum with the tag with his name, also a tag on his neck, and got the wrong judge down. Let his own shame kill him slowly. He's going to die slowly like a huge whale
Okay.
because it won't be easy. Everybody must pass and look at him because we won't start this long. We talking about this thing, you know.
Okay.
So long. I have 8 grandchildren.
Mhm.
To be truthful to you, 2 male, 2
Mr. Thomas.
female,
Yeah.
and
Bobby
6
Thomas.
male. And anybody, I'm not prepared to walk behind a police and nobody going to tell, he trouble me son, and he trouble me little daughter. No way. Either they pick you up, and the police, somebody got to pick up somebody. I ain't got any for that.
Yes.
And these people, these agendas people, got to stop teaching our picture and trash in school.
Okay.
But you got the right to wear a dress and behave like a woman.
Okay.
We need to get that out of the system and out of the society. I already spoke to Mr. Jones with that program.
Okay.
Regardless of what entertainment, let a man put on a man garment. We don't want to see a man with 2 hard legs and a rough muscle in a woman attire and say, well, you're making a show. It
Yeah.
ain't got to be like that. You
Okay.
find other ways to it because our children feel that that is the way for recognition.
Okay.
And we need to stop it. It has a law
Okay.
of class dress and we need to enforce
Okay.
it.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much. Call in. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes. Good afternoon.
Just want to touch on a good friend, Kaiti, right here.
Yes.
Do something.
Yeah.
The sugar
Rahman.
estate is we, the nation, have failed the sugar
Yeah.
estate.
Yes.
Sugar estate, they failed on its own, you know.
What we said?
Failed the sugar estate. You know why? We politicize it in the Orleans. That is the major failure of the sugar estate.
Okay.
I keep saying, Gaisuku should have been
Who caused that problem? Who caused the problem?
We, the people.
How?
No, the people. No.
How will people cause it?
Look, the politicians use the people as a yardstick.
Yes, I agree with that.
Control the sugar estate.
I agree with
We're
that.
starting with Dr. Jagon, and then we come right down.
That's right.
PPP party using the sugar estate. Look, the sugar estate, I could remember once when I was young going to school, Fabs Bonner, they said we start divesting the sugar estate.
Yeah, yes.
We could have started planting with fruits and use the sugar and do byproduct.
Correct,
You run
correct.
over supermarkets now in Guyana, you would see everybody exporting their sugar to Guyana in byproduct, but we ain't exporting nothing
That's a good
in the
point.
farm of byproduct. So we are the one that destroy our sugar estate, but every time he talk about it, we went into the sugar estate, the people, and we told people that we ain't planting no five-finger tree, no sorry tree, we making no fruits. So we just, look, Gaisuku want all the land in this country. Look what we doing with the land. Gaisuku taking the land, selling it to the government taking and selling it back to me. What happened with it?
Yes, that's true.
If we stop it if we destroy Gaisuku, Gaisuku should have been able to build houses, make banks, and sell the people the houses because they got the land, they got all the engineers working with them, and they got the largest land in this country. So we talking about the people at Gaisuku along with we,
Okay.
me, you, Sharma, all of us,
Yeah.
we contributed to the destruction of the estate.
Okay.
Another thing, we're just touching the eye for a minute.
Okay.
If we don't use the oil money constructively, like everybody talking about, give people money, no. We need to develop infrastructure in this country. We need to build schools, we need to build highways, we need to put in proper infrastructure in this country so when Exxon come and Ghana and the oil done, the infrastructure would be here still. The thing will move. That's the only way we could move forward. Other than that, we taking it and give people like what Trinidad did. Like what Trinidad did when they get the album and they share the money up. When the oil start go down, the people run poor. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
You
you.
cannot.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's a
Thank you
good,
very
that's a
much.
good point. Could I?
Call it. Hello? Hello? Hello, caller. Hello?
Benota Monday.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon. Good
Sharma.
afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
I'm calling from Anna Cutcher, Mr.
Yeah.
Sharma, by the Seawall side.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if you can come a day and take a visit by the Seawall side. I have a brother, right?
What happened is you all said, tell me what happened here.
Now, I have a brother.
Yes.
He got in danger with his eye with some boy at the Seawall side, right?
Okay, okay.
Now, every time he go to the station, he call the police to make a report. The police are not, when they come, they not get the boy. Somebody take them long time to come to look after this story, Mr. Sharma.
Which police station?
Lenora police station, right? In the night, you cannot sleep properly because they might break your house down.
That's exactly. Yes, I know. I heard about
Are you
that.
the commanding officer?
Mr. Sharma,
Yes.
Sit down.
this thing here really needs justice because them bodies doing them scene and them have a lot of report at the station and the police not doing nothing concern that.
So the police.
Make understood that.
So the
Make
police at the Lenora
Yeah,
station, you
station,
made a
yes.
report. Which one of the officers you reported?
Now,
Who's the officer in charge?
Harry, the
Which
sergeant,
Harry
Harry.
Harry what?
Sergeant, he's
Sergeant
the sergeant.
Harry?
Sergeant Harry at the Lenora police
Lenore
station.
Police Station.
Yes, Mr. Sharma. And another thing too, right?
Yes.
Just now the police come arrest my brother with his wife, right?
What?
The police come, take my brother and his wife at the station,
Why? Tell me why.
right?
Tell me why. Tell me why
let
they
the
arrest.
three children inside the house, the
Yeah.
boys them come, pelt in plenty bottle,
Yes.
and they turn them in the house. They cannot get to rest in peace because the boys them at the sea was surround the place. You call the police, until now the patrol came as yet to see what happened, but then take my brother and his wife at the station.
Why did he brother and wife at the station? Why? Tell me why.
Mr. Sherman, imagine if you can talk too hard in Veranda, it's problem with the people them. Them people is receive report at the station concern them people this. And still this police them can't come and catch them.
Who the officer in
And
charge?
then come and
Who
arrest
the
my
officer
brother
in
and his
charge?
wife.
Who would have in charge? I've seen charge.
It's Commander Das, but he's leaving on Monday to go
Okay.
to come to Georgetown.
Okay.
I don't know who will be the newcomer. But could this lady call us back after the program, give me your number so we can
Yeah.
deal with it?
Okay, no problem. I'll call back.
Call back
Okay,
and
thank
give
you.
us your number.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Colin, hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon to you,
Good
Mr.
afternoon,
Sharp,
good afternoon, yes.
and to your panel.
Yes,
Yes.
Good afternoon.
A few points. All I concern is when the islands come.
yes,
We don't know if the island will come
Yes.
at the terminate yet.
yes.
But then again, our security, our health is very important,
Yeah, that's true.
and the education is very important.
Yes.
What I was thinking, right? You should, as a citizen, we should have a money always there to help someone. You know, like the government must always have
Yes.
a finance bargain for everyone in the country,
Yes.
so that if I need a surgery, is that I know, well, I have to get half and the government already have half there for me,
Yes.
so that I can do what I have to do, because our health care is very failing in this country. And if the health care is failing,
Yeah.
you are already failing because you're not getting the help that you're supposed to get. Look at this, if you need certain surgery, you have to go overseas.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't need that. We need that when if someone needs surgery, the government is responsible. You would give you a help of half,
Yes.
and the other half you pay it, and your surgery is done right
Okay.
here.
Sangi, tell me what's your position.
No.
Tell me what it is.
They don't give you that much these
Okay,
days.
okay.
If
You did
li-
surgery, you did
if-
surgery.
You know, if you
Yeah.
listen to the NIS
Yes,
programs
yes,
on
yes,
TV, they
yes.
tell you plainly that if a disease takes place after age 60,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't cover that, right? And those before age 60, well, whereas before they used to give you 70-80%, whatever now,
Yeah.
sometimes you
How
get.
percent? How many percent?
Sometimes you might get 40 or 42 now. You know, I don't know if it's because of what happened with the CLICO
Yeah.
debacle,
Yeah.
where the funding for the NIS is not there
Reduced,
like
yeah.
before. You know.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
But our the NIS is failing on. Imagine you paying the NIS, and when you get healed, they tell you that you have to wait until you get healed to get help.
Okay.
We need this thing to that. If I need my help now, I could get it because our contribution is there.
Okay.
Not when I'm really seriously ill.
Yes.
I could turn to it. That's why I'm telling you that the
Yeah.
government must always have a system there, that something is there for me. So if I get
Sure,
ill
sure.
now,
Sure, we're going to look at the matter.
I
Sure,
know
we're gonna-
well, huh?
Sure, we're going to look at the matter. Sure, we're going to look at the matter.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right then.
Sanki, what you do? What percent you give you?
Well, when I worked it out, it was like 42%.
Yes.
They said they don't cover certain
Hello?
things
Yes.
and all sorts of things.
Hold on, I'm
It-
please.
So
it's
you have to-
it's
you have-
ridiculous.
you have
Got it,
And
got
then you
it.
have to
Hello?
wait so long
Yes.
to get the money
Yes.
from them.
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
go ahead.
sir.
I'm listening to you.
I'm not hearing you clear.
I'm here. Listen to you.
We are hearing
Yes.
you. We are hearing you.
I'd like to know what time you'll be closing on.
What time?
The pro-
Shortly.
The program?
Pardon?
You mean the
When you
program?
close in the program?
You know, almost the next half an hour from now.
Hello?
Yeah,
Half an hour.
from
No.
now.
You want to tell us something
I'm
privately?
not hearing you too clear, and I'm not understanding you.
We are hearing you. You are not hearing us?
No, I'm hearing you a bit clear. I'm
Okay.
asking what time you'll be closing up.
2:30.
2:30, good.
You're closing at what time?
Yeah,
What?
2:30.
2:30.
2:30, yes.
What I need to put over that announcement. Did you say was it
That's the dead announcement. Got next section was the dead announcement, man.
Yeah, call the other number.
Got the next number.
Pardon?
Got the next number.
Call the other number.
Other
This is a
numbers.
phone-in program.
What is the other number?
I don't know the number. You got check. Check it.
What's the number?
What the number station?
Call us back again. I will get the number for you.
226-5462.
62.
226-5462.
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye. Got the announcement, no.
That's announcement. She
Yeah,
wants somebody there. Yes.
You throw me out of
She
balance.
called in the wrong
Wrong number.
She called wrong.
Call you in the hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon,
Good
Mr.
afternoon. Good
Sharma.
afternoon. Yes. Good afternoon.
I would like you to look into the buses that play these funny music for the school children and the old people.
Okay.
What was it?
Didn't you see what they're playing in school for school children?
What happened?
Yes.
to it? What
What
happened?
happened
to
to
it?
the music?
It's very disgusting. These kind of music is the cursing in the song and all these things.
Yes.
And the old people, they have to travel in the buses.
Yes.
The bus conductor don't have no training at all.
That's right.
I don't know.
You know?
You have a training school for them? So
Thank you. What you can say? Whatever the people.
maybe we
What
need
happened to the people down there with the bar, the place?
With people.
Who grab the media?
It's
What
like
the people?
the school children.
We spoke
You
about
think
that.
about the school children,
Yeah.
all
We
this
talked about
violence
that.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this gentleman made 2 points.
Yeah.
One about the vulgarity of the music in school. I never heard of that before.
Now that they got that
We'll-
land.
we'll-
They got land now. That land. I listen to it.
You heard about that?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with the music?
Vulgar music.
In the schools?
In the school.
when you play that music,
Play the
with
bus,
all these
the bus,
popular
the bus,
musics,
yeah.
they don't
No, he's talking about the schools, he said.
no, but
No, the buses,
Play
the
that
The
buses.
bus,
Oh,
man,
I
in
see.
the bus.
School children in the
School
bus.
children, yes,
I
yes.
understand.
Yes.
Well, the government is trying its best to get buses, children buses, so you don't get this kind of a situation where you have to travel in private bus. But
yeah, have the yellow buses.
but he's
You
made,
should need a yellow
this
buses.
gentleman has made
They
a
should
very-
have a
he
system
he
for
has
that,
made,
you know?
yes, he's correct. He's made an important
Yes.
point.
It's
which
a
is
public transport.
the transport system is not regulated.
Okay.
Because I cannot understand how these busmen can have this heavy music. And you know why it's happening? Let me
Yeah.
tell you why it's happening. It's happening because the people who own these buses are policemen.
How you know that policeman?
I am telling you, they
Some
are
of them
police.
are,
A
some.
lot of these buses
Okay.
are owned by policemen. I've investigated it.
Yes.
You see, and the reasons, and that's the reason. So when the policeman charged the bus,
Yes.
the senior policeman calls him
Yeah.
and get him to release the bus.
Yes.
So you have what is called a disorder in society. The police themselves are guilty of this infraction. So you can't get law and order.
Okay.
If the people who you employ to keep law and order are breaking the law,
Call your question answer?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You see, they are breaking law. They're
we
breaking the law.
need to get public
Yeah.
buses
Yeah.
that are not controlled by these private
Okay.
operators.
Yeah.
And it's very simple to
Yes,
know.
yes.
The licenses, if you check on the licenses, but they put it in their relative's name.
Okay.
So you can't know that. It's a very serious infraction.
Well, when one of the relatives get charged for something, then
Yeah.
you'll soon know who
The
was who.
corruption in the police force from top to bottom is rife, I'm telling you this. Rife. In the whole judiciary system. The last week I spoke about that, or the prosecutor dismissed a case and didn't get the man, summons the man to come to the court.
Okay.
How could you put a matter in court and the man is not there? If the man is not there, what do? You adjourn the case
Okay.
and find out if the man was ill or not.
Or if the man was informed, sometimes,
Or if the man was
sometimes
informed.
the man doesn't get the letter.
I don't want to call
somebody
the man.
ducks it.
I don't want to
and he
call the
can't
man's
go.
name, but
Yeah.
you know the man.
Yes.
The man, they stole his equipment,
Okay.
more than $60 million.
Okay.
The police went and they found the equipment of the man.
Yeah.
The police took photograph in a file.
Yes.
This happened at Riverton.
Yes.
I was there. The prosecutor was given the file. He didn't tell the victim the date of the case.
Okay.
So the man could not have come to the case, to the court.
Okay.
So, you know what his excuse was? That the man wasn't in court to present the evidence.
Yes.
The victim does not have to present the evidence in court.
The evidence is there already.
Prosecutor is the person who presents the evidence in court to the magistrate or
Okay.
to the judge. And then, if the man needs to give evidence, further evidence in terms of a witness, he has to go to the witness box. The court procedure is very simple, Mr. Sharma.
Okay.
But here lies the corruption because they bribe these prosecutors. So the whole system is
Yeah,
corrupt.
the smart lawyers.
A gentleman
often do
called
that.
here just now,
yeah,
you
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
and he said
Yes.
that people take the law into their own hands.
Yes.
You know why?
They cannot do that.
No, that's wrong if they do
Yes,
that.
can't do
I
that.
would not
Yes.
encourage people to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
But do you understand why people take the law into their own
Okay.
hands? Because they don't get justice. A woman called here from CI. She said she complained many, many times to the police at the Lenora police station.
Oh, say Lenora again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody comes. Nobody takes the notice. So they have to defend themselves. They have to take other actions to prevent them, to allow them to live in peace and harmony.
Yeah. So
This
we,
is a
we,
problem
we
we
don't
have.
want this to happen. That's why you want the police to do the work.
Police are not
Call
doing
your
their
name.
work.
Hello?
This is true.
Hello, Mr.
Yes.
Tower.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
How you good, man? How you
Good,
do,
good.
buddy?
Very good. Very good.
And you used to be buddy friend, man. I
Yeah.
call him from Good Hope. You
Yeah.
remember?
I can't remember you.
Thank you. How you do?
All right.
Mr. Sanki, Mr. Rahman?
Yeah, yes, brother.
How you do? Yes, man, Sien. I want you to listen me carefully.
Yes.
You was to come and sing the road for me, man. I like the road at Good Hope.
Good
You
Hope.
didn't come, but I forget, brother.
Yes.
Good up where? East Bank Escobar?
No, man. Good Hope, East Coast, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
East Coast, East Coast. Okay.
Man,
Hope you talking
Hope Estate.
Hope your state.
And-
Yes. Yes. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
you know me, man. Me and you are in station at Brickdam, man. You remember me, man?
Police, man.
I can't remember that.
All right, Sien, let me explain this thing to you.
Yes.
No, the police service commission, right?
Yes.
They farm it.
Yes.
Everything is okay.
Yes.
No, they said till Christmas they will promote the inspector upward, right? No, the new commissioner of police, he is in authority now to promote the constable to sergeant. He got the right now to promote. Can't you wait till Christmas? Wait from Christmas for promote the guys them
Okay.
from now, right?
Okay.
From constable to sergeant.
Yes.
He have the right.
Yes.
But next thing, Mr. Sharma, I got a granddaughter, right? For enroll in the primary school. Now, when my daughter cares, they say she got to lodge $3,000. $3,000 for what?
For what? For what?
Me, I don't know. They got to put down.
No, you got to tell me for what?
Huh?
You got to tell me for what? For what?
For the child start the school.
Now something wrong.
Yes, man. I
Somebody
think,
want
man.
money.
Yeah, I
Somebody,
don't know.
something wrong.
The private
Yes,
school
yes.
or
I want you look into the matter. For me, man.
Come, let me discuss that.
Huh?
I can't talk to Annie right now.
Come in on
Come
Tuesday.
in
Tell us
Tuesday.
when you get time,
Come in Tuesday. Tuesday. What?
But yeah, you know,
What
let me tell you
12 o'clock?
something.
12 o'clock.
12
It's
o'clock.
hard. It's very hard to get through with you, man.
No,
Very,
you
very
got to
hard.
get through.
You know, all the time
Please
you try to
come. Please come.
let me get through with you.
in.
Come in.
And me and you are old father from Sister Breakdown, but you can't remember them days, you know?
I can't remember that.
What's your name?
Shaw is the name, man.
Shaw.
Sure. I can't remember so many people. I can't
He,
remember that. I can't remember.
he's losing his memory.
Me and you
You
know
have
meet
to
up at
forgive him.
Dr. Harry, man, remember?
Dr. Harry. yeah.
Dr. Harry, I know Dr. Harry, yes.
Me and you reach up there, man.
You and Dr. Harry are
Me,
friends.
you and your mistress reach up at Dr. Harry,
Yeah.
right?
I can't remember. I
He's
can't remember.
losing his
And
memory. You have to forgive him.
You booked down my
He's
number and
losing his
everything,
memory.
remember?
I can't remember.
All right, you must
Thank
come
you
on.
very much.
Come
Come
on
in on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Come on
Come
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Come
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I want you look into that matter for me, man.
Okay, then
All
good.
right.
Good.
Tuesday.
I'm trying to get $3,000 for put down before the girl starts
Okay.
the school.
Thank you very
How
much.
that? I don't know primary
$3,000.
school, and I got to put
Yeah.
down no money.
I don't know how to work. You just have to come in.
3,000.
That's the reason why I tell you come in.
Is that a public school?
You have to bring the evidence.
Public school?
Yeah, public school.
Yeah.
Primary, yes, public primary.
Okay.
Mr. Sankey,
Yeah.
this is primary school, primary, starting of primary.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very
It's a
much.
6-year child,
Okay.
6-year-old.
Six
Thank you
years.
very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right, all right, Mr.
Yeah.
Sharma, Sian,
Yes.
thank you very much, man. Me and you are buddy friend, man, for years, man.
Okay.
And you let me down, man.
I can't remember that.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you very much. They can't know that.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Nice talking to you. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
calling from the Middle Road, the Penitence area.
Okay.
We got a road come to from the Belly Street entrance, Albistown.
Yes. I know Alvarez are very, very good.
Fair enough. When you come to the Belly Street
Yeah.
entrance, the road is no good. All they come and do is throw sand and let it. You got to dig up the place and run a pipe for people to get water from the dam.
Yeah.
And this whole road for the past month, since the PPP was in office, they stopped halfway between Hunter Street and Belly Street
they stop right then, and the rest of the part will come down